some guys, very few, tried to catch some sleep, in particular members of the coaching staff because they knew it would be an early morning. But overall, just great to see from the flight attendants when we got on board to the players interacting with other staff members and staff members that have been here a long time that have carried this for a while. So it's fun to watch the players also just really kind of relax a little bit and enjoy the moment together and the fellowship that was going into that. And then when we landed, they said that the pilot, I think, came on the intercom and said that the tower said congratulations to the flight control. So that was pretty cool. And then to see the fans, incredible experience. I've been around it a little bit before, and just, but nothing like that. Nothing like the first half hour after the game in the locker room. That type of environment, that type of situation, and then also when we got back. Let's not forget it was -6 degrees, I think, on my dashboard, and it wasn't 8 p.m. It was 2 a.m. So, and there's little kids out there. He's going to have a chance. We'll see. We're continuing to go through the evaluation, the medical evaluation on that, but I got some good news this morning, so we'll just continue to monitor as we go forward.
What was good news?
Just that was reported that things, the X-rays were negative.
So is it fair to call it a sprain?
I'm not going to get into.
Just saying.
Yeah, that'd be big. He's obviously a big part of what we do. That said, I loved what I saw yesterday, which is true of our entire team. You've seen 63 guys prepare all season long, and I thought that was on display yesterday when Murph stepped up and did his job, and as well as Mike Tolbert. So our coaches do a great job of preparing not only the guys that are our starters, but also the guys that are expected to play after that. So yeah, I've seen. I can't say I've seen it on social media. I'm not on social media, or actively on social media. But I had a chance to see some of it, capture some of the different things that people shared with me, and it was it's really just a neat thing to be a part of. Whether you're a head coach or Joe Smith in the community or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just a neat thing to say you were a part of it and you were there when it happened. And to me, the things that stands out that brought a tear to my eye a little bit was when they showed the reaction of the different restaurants and get-together places that were going on out there, of the different reactions when we got in, and then I think the concourse, the setting in the concourse, when our fans who were at the game were watching the Cincinnati game countdown there, so it was pretty cool to watch. Yeah. I've been around some of that before. I've been a part of a 4th and 26 before in the I think it was a wild card game. So never say never. A lot of praying going on, and really just wanted the right thing to happen for our guys and for this city. And if that meant we were going to continue to play, great. If it didn't, we've made a lot of progress in a short amount of time. And the great part about it is, we still have a lot of room to grow, and we're still building. We're not where we need to be. As good as this moment is, and we're kind of in the 24-hour rule right now for us as a team, but we still have a lot of room to grow.
Amount of wings, type of wings, or things that you would like to give the Bengals?
You know what? I reached out. I was on the phone with their defensive coordinator shortly after the game, Paul Gunther. He had actually called me to congratulate us, which was a class move, and I thanked him. And then since that time, I've reached out to a couple of their coaches, Marvin, and as well as Bill Lazor, their offensive coordinator, and wanted to say first congratulations to them, and then also show our appreciation. So, and help comes in a lot of ways. For us, it came in the last week of the season, and for other teams, it comes before the last week of the season. So we were thankful to get it, no doubt about it. Yeah, every season's a little bit different. Every season you go through tests and challenges, though, and you've heard me say that before, right? That it's going to try and pull you apart. It's going to test you, and it's going to test your mental toughness. And I think we saw our tests really early on which happens in the first year, right? Where if you're making some what perceived to be tough, difficult decisions, and we made some of those, and our players hung right in there. They kept their eyes on the target and they persevered. And this is a resilient group of guys that's been built over the course of a season. And Brandon and his staff do a phenomenal job of bringing in those types of players that have that type of DNA, and we just continue to move forward. I mean, this is a team that's tested, and we've gone through those at the time in terms of the first time going through that type of situation, that window of those results that we were getting on the field, and being able to stick with it long enough to come out on the other end of it. That was really probably so far, I would say, considerable test, and one that we passed. And that goes back to the resiliency of this football team and really what this city is all about. The blue-collar approach, the work ethic, the determination, that, no matter what people say about us, we're going to compete like crazy. And, I think that was one of the, if you're going to put, a landmark moment for this first year, that was probably one of them. And then to win a game at Kansas City against a quality opponent, well-coached team. And it was ironic because that's one of the great lessons I learned from Andy Reid, was just to stay the course. We went through certain situations, several situations like that in Philadelphia over the years, and Andy always stayed the course. He adjusted the plan when and where necessary, and we did that. But to go out there and beat a good Kansas City football team was, I think, a landmark moment for us this year. Yeah, we've got some guys that do have some experience, some guys that have gone to different depths in the playoffs. Leadership's always important. I talk a lot about that, and that leadership council that I have. Some have been to the playoffs, some haven't. I'm going to rely on all those guys to continue to connect my message and probably more than anything, lead by example this week. Well, I think just like our entire football team, we are a work in progress in terms of, we're not finished. We continue to grow and learn. I think Tyrod really embodies that. He embodies he's been told that he hasn't been X or hasn't been Y, but he goes back out there and he led this football team. And I thought he did a phenomenal job, and he continues to. And, quarterback play is so important in this league, right? I thought he played a good, solid game yesterday. And there's a lot we can improve on as a team. In his case, no different. So we're just going to continue to grow, continue to embrace that mindset. And we've done that every week so far.